My videos suck this morning. All right, I'm going to talk about labor, our productivity issues, what's going on, how we got here, and I told you so about the carbon tax. But first, let me explain my political views. There was a comment a few days ago. Someone said they didn't know if they wanted to follow me or block me. And of course, I recommend to follow. But I want to be clear, I am not liberal bashing because I love the conservatives. I'm merely calling it like I see it, like a referee would. Right now, the liberals are shitting their bed. I'm sorry if you like the Liberal Party, but they are shitting the bed at the moment. Okay, let's start talking about labor. Canadian labor market cools again in May. We added 27,000 jobs, but that was nowhere near the 100,000 people we added to the population. So our unemployment rate went up to 6.2%, which is significantly higher than the 4.8% we had post-pandemic. A disproportionate share of the rise in the unemployment rate is still coming from students that are entering the job market for the first time and taking longer to find a job. Why is this happening? Because people are working at conflicting goals. So the Liberals kicked this off by trying to deal with a demographics issue that we have in this country, which is legit, right? We have a lack of skilled trades, we have a lack of skills in general, and we have an aging population. But they kind of overdid it a little bit. At the same time, the Bank of Canada was saying, our problem is wage inflation. We don't give a shit if people can't make ends meet. We need to put them out of work. That's why we have this. Since 2022, oil prices have been falling, and oil is a major component of our GDP. Since the Liberals came into power, they've been attacking this demographics issue. And with a declining GDP per capita goes down. And when you bring in cheap labor, you have young people or immigrants, people willing to work for a lower wage, wage growth falls. But all these new people, being unskilled, are less productive. So productivity goes down as well. That's why in this article from Australia yesterday, this economist says that productivity and wage growth tend to fall together. What can we do? Well, we need to do a better job of managing the talent pool. Like, it's not just the Canadian government. That's why these stories come from Australia. They're doing the same thing. Rather than, being picky about who comes into the country and which skills we're addressing or what part of the economy we're dealing with, it's just a shotgun approach. My 2 cents, we need to clamp down on immigration quite hard for a couple of years just to allow the system to catch up again. For this to start correcting itself. Because we can't allow this to keep going this way. All right, just to wrap this up, I told you so. Oil CEOs tell House of Commons committee they support carbon pricing. Doesn't that say it all? If not, let me tell you some more. They said that they oppose emissions caps on their sector. However, they do support carbon pricing. Just think about it, okay? If carbon pricing actually worked, it would cause their business to decline, just like an emissions cap would. Now, an emissions cap would, of course, help the climate because it would reduce the greenhouse gas emissions from this sector. But they would prefer carbon pricing instead. Because carbon pricing has totally been proven to work if you agree with carbon pricing. And now you find out that oil CEOs also agree with carbon pricing, knowing full well that oil CEOs just want to make more money. You should reconsider your position.